All right, Kylie, thank you. Well, Purdue's Krannert School of Management, already ranked by Forbes as one of the top 50 business schools in the country, now offering new educational options aimed at strengthening the Indiana workforce. The school has added a new online master's degree program for working professionals, student and faculty consulting service, and a new undergrad degree in integrated business and engineering. For more on these important additions to Krannert's portfolio, pleased to be joined by Krannert School of Management Dean David Hummels. And Dean Hummels, welcome to the program as always.
Thanks, Gary. Really a pleasure to be here and talk with your audience about these new things we're doing.
Well, let's talk about these new additions because, all schools, Krannert, of course, included, want to freshen up the offerings, add to the offerings. But I think now in this kind of new age of education, the focus is really a lot on flexibility and innovation. And I know as we were talking off camera, it's really at the heart of these new additions there at Krannert.
So I'll tell you, Gary, the pandemic has really given us a chance to practice what we preach to our Purdue students. Be prepared, be resilient, and be nimble enough to seize opportunity when it appears. And we think the opportunity is really around creating outstanding online programs aimed at advancing the careers of working professionals. As you were saying, I think flexibility is key to this. And we think about flexibility in three ways. Flexibility in what you take. So we actually have 6 new online master's programs that we've offered, that we've created and started just in the last couple of years. But apart from that, there's also opportunities for short courses, certificate programs that you can stack toward degrees, and that enables students to pursue the material that's important to them and offered when they want it.
Very interesting. Big focus online and to working professionals indeed. And the faculty there on the online course is the same faculty teaching the in-person classes there in West Lafayette. I should mention a new degree offering. It's really not a new, it's kind of a reboot of a previous degree program, Integrated Business and Engineering. What's that all about?
Well, we think when you look at the world and you look at people who are solving big social problems, that, whether that's world hunger or clean energy or even pandemic disease, it takes an understanding of science and engineering, but it also takes real business acumen. And so this is a degree in which students will pursue courses of study in both business and in engineering, and then they're integrated together in innovation labs where students are tasked with solving a real problem. This might mean designing new products or new services, or it might mean taking technologies emerging from the amazing labs that we have here at Purdue and finding ways to commercialize it to solve important market needs.
Yeah, and Lilly CEO Dave Ricks among those who graduated with that degree a number of years ago, so very interesting in that respect. The connection that Krannert has to business, Indiana businesses, but also businesses around the globe, has long been strong. But I know that's a focus right now to kind of re-engage or engage to a greater degree with businesses around the state of Indiana.
So absolutely, a key to our land grant mission is how do we strengthen the economy of Indiana? And we think there are at least 2 ways that we can contribute in a really important way. The first is through these degrees for working professionals so that companies who need to upgrade their talent can do it with their existing employees. People can take the skill sets they've got right now and really sort of amplify those in important ways. The second is we have built out some amazing student consultancy. So these are faculty-led student teams in a variety of areas. Business analytics is very popular, global supply chain, human resources, and so on. And our goal there is to take problems that companies are trying to solve, have the student teams work those problems, not just solve the problem for the company, but also the company get a sort of early look at the talent pipeline, who they might want to hire down the road.
And certainly Purdue is an institution that puts great graduates out into the global marketplace. But as a land grant institution, that has a real impact, a real focus on that talent pipeline right here at home in Indiana.
Absolutely. We think that we succeed when Indiana succeeds and when Indiana business succeeds. And that's where we put a lot of our energy and effort.
Final question for you, Dean Hummels, as you look at your career in education, so different, so changing, does this new dynamic in education energize you as you get up and go to work every day and in what is a new environment, I assume, than what you started in maybe a number of years ago?
It absolutely does. I had the honor of leading some of the initial efforts to try and help bring Purdue students back safely this fall. And that effort and working closely with our faculty in thinking about how we meet the unique challenges of the pandemic has really unleashed a tsunami of creativity within the school in terms of the research we do, but also in terms of how we better serve our students and how we serve the community. I have to tell you, there has been more collaborative, creative, problem-solving energy in the last 6 months than I think I've seen at any comparable point in my entire 25-year academic career. There are going to be some great things that come out of this unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, it's a very positive way to end the interview. David Hummels is the Dean of the Krannert School of Management at Purdue. David, thanks very much, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Really, my pleasure. Thanks, Gary.